Yeah, let me start real quick by congratulating Alana Smith for Defensive Player of the Year in the WNBA. You were having a new team coming into Tasmania with the WNBL women's team, and obviously her being from Tasmania was a great pride for us across the state and real inspiration to all the girls there. So shout out to Alana. The other thing is, you know, I've said this every time I come into this room, I wouldn't be sitting here without this organization and the support they've given me to get this job in Tasmania. And Wagstaff and Damon Martin got me to sit in this chair actually at the end of the day. And so I have much respect for Perth and just the crowd and being in this city. And much love to that group just in general. I love John and what he does over there. And it's just a grit and grind for us at the end of the day, and really proud of our effort. And trying to learn how to win with a new group is difficult, and we probably threw a key moments away against United, and we're able to get it across the line in this one.
That was the difference, was your ability to handle the pressure moments like?
Yeah, I think obviously just we made some bonehead plays, don't get me wrong, but you got to learn to win in this league, and I truly believe that there's going to be a lot of games just like this across the league because it's so competitive. And we just kind of figured some things out and made some key shots, and he was a monster. And yeah, it was just a good effort across the board defensively. This is a high-volume shooting three team and so on and so forth, and just trying to keep them in front of us and do the best we could.
Couldn't buy a basket early, so when he starts going nuts, like how important is that for the confidence of everyone else?
Well, it's obviously huge, and I think the first 3 or 4 minutes, you know, again, I think the nerves of the league starting, and they're excited and just trying to settle into a game. And once we got our footing underneath us, then it would, you know, came a bit of a slugfest back and forth. And again, that's just the group intelligence has to grow, and we got some really good young players that are going to have some growth moments that aren't going to be so great, and then we're going to have some good ones, and we'll just manufacture how we go. And you went on the road, and you just get out of here very humbly and thank the basketball gods.
Weekend, you must be really happy with how you ended the comp.
Yeah, for sure. You know, we felt like we gave one away against United, and you know, we knew that we had to come in here in a great environment against a really good team and just get the win, and that's what we did.
Your depth was good tonight, wasn't it? They provided a lot of edge. I think Marshall early came on and he almost changed the game just defensively and offensively. Are they going to be important?
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. You know, we have depth. Kobe Williamson is going to be a really good player for us. He just doesn't have his footing underneath him. He just really started playing again after 4 months. But Marshall, and I've said before, these 5 young guys that we have, the 3 imports in Marshall and Bannon are really a strong group of guys to grow with over the course of the season. Then you sprinkle in Magne and Drimmick and Dang, and the depth is pretty solid across the board. And I think, again, tonight, you know, Magne racks up 28 minutes, and a credit to him. The game against United was the most he's ever played in a JackJumper uniform. So there's some positives there, and a huge amount of growth yet.
I'm going to be corny, but Bryce, the name Bryce has starred on this film for a long time. Can you just tell us more about this Bryce, who was the star of the show tonight?
Yeah, listen, he is a guy that we were enamored with and followed for quite a bit during the course of last season. And when it came time to get to the point of what we had to end up doing, and unfortunately, you know, Milt wanted to go in a different direction. It was fine. He was on our radar all along. He's a prolific scorer, and he's got it at all 3 levels. And the best thing about these 3 imports is just their demeanor. They're just low-keyed, super humble, and very, very coachable. And again, they're going to have some growing pains in the league. It's natural. But the upside with them over a few weeks, if we can survive this schedule, I think will be good for us.
Not easy to step into a league where you don't know a lot of the players and start, and then have everyone talking about you, and then go well again the next game as the attention building. What did you do for that tonight?
You know, I just go out there and just do my job, just do what the coaches ask me to. The coaches and my teammates give me the confidence and the ability to play my game, and you know, I just go out there and play my game.
You mentioned your schedule. It is a real tough one, isn't it? But this one probably gives you a lot more confidence. If you're 0-2, it's even harder and it's more daunting. But now all of a sudden it looks exciting.
Well, it's going to be exciting because I think the excitement with our group from day one, which is what 5 or 6 weeks ago, or when we put the team together, was the unknown. We just didn't know, and we still don't really know at the end of the day what it will look like 2 or 3 months from now. And I think that's rejuvenated a lot of players and a lot of people in Tasmania to see a different group out there. And we don't know. And I can't tell you what it's going to look like other than they're young, they're hungry, and the growth will be there. And Again, to win on the road in this league is hard, and the schedule we have is hard, but you got to play them all. That's what Don Nelson used to tell me. Doesn't matter where they are, you got to play them all.
This bloke's been a bit of a superstar as a coach in this comp. Can you give us an insight into what he's done for you in the early stages?
I'm just super grateful to be here. You know, Coach Roth, he's obviously a great coach and has a lot of experience in this basketball world, not just out here in Australia, but just in the U.S. So just learning from him, just being coachable and, you know, just continue to grow throughout the year. Not just myself, but also my teammates. That's just going to be the big thing for us.
Yeah, anyone on Zoom with a question?
Yeah, if you don't mind. I'll start with you, Bryce. Tracing back a little bit, what was it that excited you about coming to play in the NBL for this team? And 2 games in, what are your impressions?
It's been great so far. You know, obviously I've known about the NBL and, you know, followed it a little bit just because it's a well-respected league. And, you know, just when Coach Roth and them had reached out to me, it seemed like a very exciting opportunity for me. So I was just very excited to get here.
And Scott, this felt like a very JackJumpers game. It felt like you were able to get it on your terms. And you have a look at a lot of the first numbers. They have 13 turnovers, they had 12 assists, only 12 offensive rebounds. They only score 72 points, and they only shoot 6 of 25 from 3. You would be delighted just having a look through that box score.
Yeah, I mean, it was a grinder, and to get them in a half-court game is probably not exactly where they'd love to be at. And we were very conscious about trying to control tempo and quality shots. And, you know, when you come in this building, foul discipline is really, really important. And I think our guys, for the most part, navigated that quite well. And then we didn't turn the ball over 10 times. Is obviously a nice number to have in an away venue.
I'm glad you mentioned the foul discipline, because that's one of the things you mentioned after Thursday night. So
Yep.
you only sent them to the line 14 times, and you also kept them off the offensive glass. So the 2 things that hurt you on Thursday, you're able to fix within 48 hours.
Yeah, it was a train wreck with those 2 things against United, and, you know, the offensive rebounding. They got after us a little bit here in the first 5 or 6 minutes, but our guys again kind of settled into the game and played even with them on the glass and took care of that area. They have some really good offensive rebounders, and I think just a conscious effort across the board for us.
Thank you very much, guys.
Thanks, guys.